public officials in our history, not just Supreme Court justices, public officials. And unfortunately, he died suddenly of a heart attack at the age of, I think it was 80. And he is greatly missed. And he was not just a practicing Catholic, he was a strong believer in God and Catholicism. And I believe one of his kids is actually a priest. But I wanted to play something for you, and I'll play it now. Something he said in 1997. 1997. At a Holocaust memorial speech. And you'll say, Holocaust, didn't we cover that yesterday? That's not the point. I want you to listen to what he's saying about Germany and about the West and Western civilization in the 1920s and 30s and 40s. This is a brilliant, brilliant man. So let's take a listen. I hope you'll continue to listen. Turn up the volume. Call everybody around the radio. Here we go. Cut 10, go.
I was profoundly honored to have been invited to present remarks at this annual ceremony in remembrance of those consumed in the Holocaust. But it is not, I must tell you, an easy assignment for a non-Jew to undertake. I am an outsider speaking to an ancient people about a tragedy of unimaginable proportions that is intensely personal to them. I have no memories of parents or children or uncles or cousins caught up in and destroyed by the horror. I have not even that distinctive appreciation of evil that must come from knowing that 6 million people were killed for no other reason than that they had blood like mine running in their veins. More difficult still, I am not only not a Jew, but I am a Christian. And I know that the anti-Semitism of many of my uncomprehending co-religionists over many centuries helped set the stage for the mad tragedy that the National Socialists produced. I say uncomprehending co-religionists, not only because my religion teaches that it is wrong to hate anyone, but because it is particularly absurd for a Christian to hate the people of Israel. That is to hate one's spiritual parents and to sever one's roots. When I was a young man in college, spending my junior year abroad, I saw Dachau. Later, in the year after I graduated from law school, I saw Auschwitz. I will, of course, never forget the impression they made upon me. If some playwright or novelist had invented such a tale of insanity and diabolical cruelty, it would not be believed. But it did happen. The one message I want to convey today is that you will have missed the most frightening aspect of it all if you do not appreciate that it happened in one of the most educated, most progressive, most cultured countries in the world. The Germany of the late 1920s and early 1930s was a world leader in most fields of art, science, and intellect. Berlin was a center of theater. With the assistance of the famous producer Max Reinhardt, playwrights and composers of the caliber of Bertolt Brecht and Kurt Weill flourished. Berlin had 3 opera houses, and Germany as a whole, no less than 80. Every middle-sized city had its own orchestra. German poets and writers included Hermann Hesse, Stefan George, Leonhard Frank, Franz Kafka, and Thomas Mann, who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1929. In architecture, Germany was the cutting edge with Gropius and the Bauhaus School. Musical composers, it boasted painters like Paul Klee and Oskar Schlemmer. Musical composers like Anton Webern, Alban Berg, Arnold Schoenberg, Paul Hindemith. Conductors like Otto Klemperer, Bruno Walter, Erich Kleiber, and Wilhelm Furtwängler. And in science, of course, the Germans were preeminent. To quote a recent article in the Journal of the American Medical Association, in 1933, when the National Socialist Party came to power in Germany, the biomedical enterprise in that country was among the most sophisticated in the world. German contributions to biochemistry, physiology, medicine, surgery, and public health, as well as to clinical training, had shaped to an important degree the academic and practice patterns of the time. And clinical training and research experience in the great German clinics and laboratories had been widely sought for decades by physicians and basic scientists from around the world. To fully grasp the horror of the Holocaust, you must imagine, for it probably happened, that the commandant of Auschwitz or Dachau, when he had finished his day's work, retired to his apartment to eat a meal that was in the finest good taste, and then to listen perhaps to some tender and poignant lieder of Franz Schubert. This aspect of the matter is perhaps so prominent in my mind because I am undergoing currently the task of selecting a college for the youngest of my children, or perhaps more accurately, trying to help her select it. How much stock we place in education, intellect, cultural refinement, and how much of our substance we are prepared to expend to give our children the very best opportunity to acquire education, intellect, cultural refinement. Yet those qualities are only of secondary importance to our children and to the society that their generation will create. I am reminded of words written by John Henry Newman long before the Holocaust could even be imagined. He wrote, "Knowledge is one thing, virtue is another. Good sense is not conscience. Refinement is not humility. Liberal education makes the gentleman. It is well to be a gentleman. It is well to have a cultivated intellect, a delicate taste, a candid, equitable, dispassionate mind, a noble and courteous bearing in the conduct of life. These are the connatural qualities of a large knowledge. They are the objects of a university. But they are no guarantee for sanctity or even for conscientiousness. They may attach to the man of the world, to the profligate, to the heartless. Yes, to the heartless. It is the purpose of these annual Holocaust remembrances, as it is the purpose of the nearby Holocaust Museum, not only to honor the memory of the 6 million Jews and 3 or 4 million other poor souls caught up in this 20th century terror, but also by keeping the memory of their tragedy painfully alive to prevent its happening again. The latter can be achieved only by acknowledging and passing on to our children the existence of absolute, uncompromisable standards of human conduct. Mankind has traditionally derived such standards from religion, and the West has derived them from and through the Jews. Those absolute and uncompromisable standards of human conduct will not endure without an effort to make them endure. And it is to that enterprise that we rededicate ourselves today. Those standards are in the Decalogue, and they are in the question put and answered by Micah. What doth the Lord require of thee but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly
This
with thy
is
God?
former Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia.
And for those 6 billion Jews to whom it was not done justly, who were shown no mercy, and for whom God and his laws were abandoned, may we remember their sufferings, and may they rest in peace.
What a remarkable human being Scalia was. I don't think anybody could say it the way he said it. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, this program is a bulwark against this spreading evil that's taking place in our country with the Marxists and the Islamists, and yes, the neo-fascists. Some of you may ask, some of our affiliates may ask, why do you spend so much time on this? Why do you take on these Islamists and these Marxists and these neo-fascists? Why do you talk about Carlson, Bandami, and the others so much? Because I fear the day may come when we are silenced, when we won't be able to do it. And I played you 9 to 10 minutes of Antonin Scalia, the late great man, because I couldn't put it any better. Germany was the most advanced society on the face of the earth, virtually in every respect, the sciences and the arts. And look what it became. And as he's mentioned and alluded to, it spreads beyond the Jews. Tens of millions of people died during World War II. But half the Jewish population on the entire face of the earth was exterminated. And you listen to these voices today, whether they're podcasters, whether they're politicians, whether they're imams or the organization CARE, you should be very, very worried about this. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp. And they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
The accident on the Beltway in Alexandria at the ramp from Route 1 to go onto the inner loop now cleared. Everything there has been reopened. Now, there is crash activity in Stafford on 95 southbound between Courthouse Road and the Centerville Parkway in the two left lanes. Very slow traffic there, and also delays from Norton towards Woodbridge. And there is still accident activity northbound on 270 in the local lanes between Shady Grove Road and 370, blocking the left lane. The traffic is jammed from Falls Road. Main lanes of 270 are slow northbound between 28 and Shady Grove Road and between Quince Orchard Road and Middlebrook Road. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL still watch them.
If you're a first responder, police, firefighter, nurse, medic, or military, current or retired, this message is for you. You show up when others are overwhelmed, running toward danger, carrying the weight. And when the shift ends, the pressure doesn't always stop. That's why Done with Debt has a debt relief solution designed specifically for you. The Thanks for Your Service Debt Reduction Plan. Done with Debt uses battle-tested strategies to negotiate debt relief. That's why this exclusive plan is reserved for first responders and those who serve. Done with Debt has veteran staff who understand sacrifice and stress. Their skilled negotiators stand between you and your creditors with one goal: to resolve your debt efficiently and permanently without bankruptcy or loans. It starts with a free no-pressure consultation. And as our way of saying thanks, when you choose Done with Debt, you'll receive a $50 GovX gift card. Visit donewithdebt.com and ask about the Thanks for Your Service Debt Reduction Plan. That's donewithdebt.com.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
¿Estás contemplando seguir tus estudios? Empieza con AEDT. Te ayudamos a encontrar programas educativos para adultos que mejor se adapten a tu rutina. Ya sea que desees prepararte para GED, forjar habilidades de lectura y escritura, o descubrir oportunidades mediante aprendizaje laboral. Obtén más información hoy en nyset.gov/adulted. Este es un mensaje del Departamento de Educación del Estado de Nueva York.
Early birds always rise to the occasion for summer vacation planning, because early gets you closer to the action. So don't be late. Book your next vacation early on Vrbo and save over $530 on week-long stays. Average savings $550. Select homes only. Minimum 7-day stay required.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. NHIC 140530.
To celebrate Benjamin Franklin Day so they can charge your family hundreds every month, and he wasn't even a president. That's not right. You deserve better. Pure Talk is an American wireless company that supports our veterans and invests in a U.S.-only customer service team. When you call, you're talking to someone right here at home. Pure Talk uses the same towers as the big carriers, so enjoy superior 5G coverage without the inflated price. Just $25 a month for talk, text, plenty of data, no contract, no cancellation fee. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mark Levin, and you'll get 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250, say Mark Levin, to make the switch to my wireless company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
WMAL, making sense of the roads, because traffic doesn't always follow the pattern. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
The radio.
We only have about a minute. when we come back after the bottom of the hour, I want to play some audio for you of a man named Nihad Awad. This is an extraordinarily dangerous man. This is a man who was present in the 1990s in that hotel next to the Philadelphia International Airport, where these Hamas supporters hatched the plan to create an organization like CARE in order to spread Islam throughout our country. These are radical Islamists, and these are very dangerous people. I want to congratulate the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, for tagging them as a terror organization. And this is an organization that should not have a tax status of any kind in this country. This is an organization that should be shut down. Its national headquarters in Washington, as well as its branches throughout the country. I want you to hear what he says. He remains the executive director of CARE, which celebrated October 7th, and yet has had an enormous presence in the Democrat Party and in the media. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
This question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-885-3300. That's 800-885-3300. 800-885-3300. First 90 FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. The latest from D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser on efforts to clear what's being called snowcrete, sleet on top of snow. Bowser says all major roadways are now passable. DDOT Director Sharon Kirschbaum says tonight they'll start hauling snow piled in the curb cuts along
Connecticut Avenue, Wisconsin Avenue, 16th and Georgia Avenue.
She says they're working to haul away that snow because even when the streets are cleared, pedestrians are struggling to navigate the walkways. Metro saying tonight that they will run normal service tomorrow for the first time since the storm started. And the district is waiving fines for those who missed the deadline to clear their sidewalks, acknowledging that this has been a very tough storm to clean up from. Traffic and weather next.
If you're a first responder, police, firefighter, nurse, medic, or military, current or retired, this message is for you. You show up when others are overwhelmed, running toward danger, carrying the weight. And when the shift ends, the pressure doesn't always stop. That's why Done with Debt has a debt relief solution designed specifically for you. The Thanks for Your Service Debt Reduction Plan. Done with Debt uses battle-tested strategies to negotiate debt relief. That's why this exclusive plan is reserved for first responders and those who serve. Done with Debt has veterans on staff who understand sacrifice and stress. Their skilled negotiators stand between you and your creditors with one goal: to resolve your debt efficiently and permanently without bankruptcy or loans. It starts with a free no-pressure consultation. And as our way of saying things, when you choose Done with Debt, you'll receive a $50 GovX gift card. Visit donewithdebt.com and ask about the Thanks for Your Service Debt Reduction Plan. That's donewithdebt.com.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Your path to adult education begins with AEPP. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, learn more today at nysep.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
The winter models don't miss in the DMV. Snow, sleet, and ice are here to stay. It's Vince. Do you need a new roof? Trust Valor, where they believe a roof is not just protection, it's peace of mind. That's why right now, Valor is offering 50% off materials, plus no interest until 2027, making it easier than ever to protect what matters most. And great news, Valor is now expanding with a brand new Northern Virginia office, delivering even faster, trusted service. But what truly defines Valor is Operation Raise the Roof, giving back to those who serve. Recently, Valor provided a brand new roof for Air Force veteran Sergeant Mason Mankey, ending years of stress and worry for his family and friends. If you need a new roof, honor, respect, and trust your home to Valor. Tell them Vince sent you. Call 833-83-VALOR or visit valorhome.com.
Trust your home to Valor.
Supporting our veterans.
833-83-VALOR.
WMAL, making sense of social media, because big tech can't be trusted. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
242-3186. Sponsored by Coast One Financial Group.
Put in, bringing the family together every night around the radio. These children are in need of an education. The Mark Levin Show. If the world seems so confusing, Mark will be glad to clear that up for you. Call him now at 877-381-3811.
This is Nihad Awad, the Executive Director of CARE, the founding father of CARE, a Hamas supporter. And in fact, CARE is a Hamas front group. So in other words, it's a front group for terrorism and the Muslim Brotherhood. It's that simple. And it operates throughout our country, throughout our culture, throughout our colleges and universities, even K through 12. Cut 7, go. This is, before I go, a little over a year ago. Cut 7, go, please.
I have been given this strategic plan, framework for success for the Muslim community. And let's just think about it together in the next couple of minutes. We have almost 4,000 mosques in America. 4,000 mosques. 4,000 mosques. About 6 million people attend these 4,000 mosques every Friday. That's really the infrastructure of the Muslim community. The core of Muslim life in America is the largest number of mosques. Secondly, you have schools, social services, organizations, economic, social, political, and scientific organizations and businesses. However, how can we plan in 20 years for the Muslim community to be a celebrated community? So what's the plan? 4,000 mosques. I would like our community, the leadership here, after inshallah you build this mosque, unless you can do it at the same time, establish a scholarship fund on an annual basis, and just bear with me. Establish a scholarship on an annual basis to do the following: to offer scholarships for 5 students. 1, to study journalism. 2nd, to study filmmaking. 3rdly, to study law. 4th, political science. And 5th, history or humanity. Why? If we start in 2025 or 2026, depends on you. 40 years from now, 4,000 mosques in America. Remember, 4,000 mosques. We will have, in 4 years, 4,000 new journalists, filmmakers, lawyers, history students who will become teachers, and students and graduates of political science. 20 years from now, we keep doing it every year. 20 years from now, the Muslim community will have 50,000 attorneys, 50,000 journalists, 50,000 filmmakers, 50,000 professors of political science and history. If we do that, the Muslim community will write its own history. It will write its own narrative. It will tell the story of Islam and Muslims. It will make its own image. The Muslim community will have an impact in the news making and the impact in the news analysis. The Muslim community will be able to defend itself and defend others. The Muslim community will be able to produce policymakers and policy and lawmakers. If you are a lawyer, most likely you are qualified to be a lawmaker. The Muslim community today have 4 members of Congress and 47 state house or state senate legislators. MashaAllah. However, if we do this program, within 20 years from now, the Muslim community will have at least 50 members of Congress and may have at least 5 senators, and will have potentially a Supreme Court judge. And the Muslim community will not worry as it does now about Islamophobia. It takes leadership, and you don't have to solve the problem of the entire Ummah. Solve the problem of 5 students from your own community, empower them, and give them a chance to be leaders. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who follow the guidance and follow the best of Allah. Amen.
You get the point? This is a little over a year ago. We're going to secrete ourselves into all these Western institutions, all these institutions in America. CARE is in America. CARE is an America-based Islamist foreign operation. You wonder where it gets all this money from? It brings lawsuits, but notice it doesn't bring a lot of libel lawsuits, because in a libel lawsuit, you can counterclaim, you can conduct discovery, and they don't want discovery. They don't believe in discovery of their information. Transparency is a problem. So what are we going to do about this? Nothing? This is why people like this, who are not citizens, I don't know if he is or not, but who are not, should be deported. We shouldn't wait until somebody commits murder or assault or rape or sodomizes a 5-year-old. All those people need to go too, quickly. But to wait for somebody to commit a commonly understood crime is not good enough. This man, these individuals, this organization exists to destroy our country. Now, what kind of politicians accede to this, pretend it's not happening, or even embrace it on the Democrat side? But what are the Republicans? What should we do about this? We should worry about news organizations, the Democrat Party demanding the heads of Kristi Noem and others? Is that what we should do? These people should be deported. They should be removed from this country and sent back from where they came, whether they've committed crimes or not. The purpose of immigration isn't you get to come here illegally and you get to stay forever and have your children here forever as long as you don't commit physical offenses or steal money. No. If you're illegally, you're removed. Here's Nihad Awad, again, the executive director of CARE. He continues, cut 8, go.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is promising us success. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to do the right priorities. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not ask us about the results. He's asking us about good work, sincere work. If you are sincere in what you do, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you success. For our community here in this area, alhamdulillah, Allah blessed us to create an organization called CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, the organization that you know. My name is Nihad Awad. I'm the National Executive Director of this organization. It is designed, and the purpose of it is to inform the public about Islam, empower the American Muslim community socially and politically, and defend the rights of American Muslims free of charge. And CARE is not afraid to sue the US government. In fact, we did many times. Last time we sued our US beautiful government, we sued the FBI because the FBI has been surveilling American Muslims and created a watch list called the Terrorism Watch List and has 1.2 million people on them, mainly Muslims here and around the world. And the Muslims who get harassed in airports or their bank accounts get closed and so on and so forth, they have an organization that defends them. And that list was created after 9/11. CARE sued the FBI, and the FBI appealed 3 times. And they lost until it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And they expected that maybe since it's a conservative court, they may rule in their favor. You know what was the result? 9-0. 9-0 in favor of CARE in defending the right of Muslims. That shows that our nation is still in good shape, but we need political and legal advocates to defend the rights of American Muslims, because if
that's not really what they're about. That's not really what they're about. The Holy Land Foundation case, 2007 to 2008, CARE, which describes itself, you hear him, as a civil rights group, was named as an unindicted co-conspirator with the Holy Land Foundation terrorism financing case. And the evidence showed past ties to Hamas-linked network. And this was the largest terrorism financing case in American history. And CARE was listed as a member of the Muslim Brotherhood's Palestine Committee, which was established to support Hamas. Hamas, part of the Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood is the center of the wheel. Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Islamic Jihad, Hamas were all birthed by the Muslim Brotherhood, all financed by Qatar, among others. 2023, October 7th, this same man, Nihad Awad, said he was happy to see the Palestinian breach the Gaza border and murder all those people. They deny any connection to Hamas or foreign terrorist groups. And any suggestion, they say, is Islamophobic. They're there to protect the American Muslims and their civil liberties. That's what they say. The last year, Texas and Florida, along with United Arab Emirates, a tiny Arab country in the Middle East that is really our closest Arab ally, which now Saudi Arabia is trying to destroy and push a coup against its monarchy. Texas, Florida, and the UAE have designated CARE a foreign terrorist organization and a front group for Hamas. And this man walks around freely. He's got directors in every state. They and others are involved in strategically locating new mosques. They see the United States as an entire entity that needs to be taken down. And yet you see local, county, and town zoning boards dealing with these increasing number of requests for mosques and Muslim community centers, all of them strategically located, more and more of them. We're under attack. Our system's being used against us. The Democrat Party operationally is against us, we the people. This whole battle over immigration is a battle over saving this nation. ICE is a blue line that exists to try and save this nation. and it is under relentless attack. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
If you're a first responder, police, firefighter, nurse, medic, or military, current or retired, this message is for you. You show up when others are overwhelmed, running toward danger, carrying weight. And when the shift ends, the pressure doesn't always stop. That's why Done with Debt has a debt relief solution designed specifically for you. The Thanks for Your Service Debt Reduction Plan. Done with Debt uses battle-tested strategies to negotiate debt relief. That's why this exclusive plan is reserved for first responders and those who serve. Done with Debt has veterans on staff who understand sacrifice and stress. Their skilled negotiators stand between you and your creditors with one goal: to resolve your debt efficiently and permanently without bankruptcy or loans. It starts with a free no-pressure consultation. And as our way of saying thanks, when you choose Done with Debt, you'll receive a $50 GovX gift card. Visit donewithdebt.com and ask about the Thanks for Your Service Debt Reduction Plan. That's donewithdebt.com.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Thinking about continuing your education? Start with AEPP. We make it easy to find adult education programs that fit your life. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, our programs are always expanding to make sure you receive the personalized support, flexibility, and options that work for you and your future. Learn more today at nysed.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief. Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute visit. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Everyone wants to know, so here it is.
This Friday,
Being the First Lady requires managing many obligations.
witness history in the making.
There is much to accomplish in the next 4 years.
20 days in her life
Here we go again.
to becoming First Lady.
Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
Melania, exclusively in theater this Friday. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
You'll hear so far? Find out more about Mark Levin by going to his website. It's marklevinshow.com.
So much time is wasted on radio and TV and podcasting and all the rest of it with minutia. Or by spending days on end talking about what is the Democrat Party agenda. or the left's agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm talking about right now affects your livelihoods. It affects your communities. It affects what kind of a country you're going to live in. This is no small matter. I ask you, please pay attention to this. Please spread the word. Please make demands of your politicians, local, state, and federal. You're it. You're it. You're the army of patriots, of Americans from all walks of life and all faiths who want to preserve this nation against an enemy within, and the enemy is within them. You know, Pure Talk's favorite holiday is President's Day, which is coming up quickly, because they believe wireless service should only cost you a couple of presidents, just a Jackson and a Lincoln to be exact. So for just $25 a month, Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, plenty of data. I want you to compare that to big wireless, the big three, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. They don't give a damn what you think. And in my view, they're ripping you off. And they'd rather celebrate Benjamin Franklin Day, it's a great man, so they can charge your family hundreds every month, and he wasn't president. Now, that's not right. You deserve better. You deserve to be treated with respect. Pure Talk is an American wireless company that supports our veterans and invests in a U.S.-only customer service team. So when you call, you're talking to someone right here at home. Pure Talk uses the same towers as the big carriers, so you'll enjoy superior 5G coverage without the inflated prices. Just $25 a month for talk, text, plenty of data, no contract, no cancellation fee. Don't wait any longer, folks. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword Mark Levin, and you'll get 50% of first month. Again, pound 250. Try it right now. I encourage you. Save the money. Say Mark Levin. Make the switch. You won't even notice the difference, but you'll save a lot of money with my wireless company, Pure Talk. America's wireless company, Pure Talk. One more for today, but I'm going to keep at this because we have to be the siren, the bulwark, who is relentless and resolute about this, or the country's gone. And we're pretty close to that. So I need you, American patriots, our great family here, you to be the Paul Reveres and the Thomas Paines. Here's a montage of Students for Justice in Palestine. Remember them? Another Hamas group. This is a Zoom meeting they had less than a year ago. Cut 9, go.
So we see this existential connection between the Palestinian students movement and the political prisoners. So the Palestinian student, the day after of Oslo, they changed their activism from the campus to the armed struggle. If Palestine is liberated, this means this is a nail to dismantle the United States of America.
We know it's a victory when a red triangle goes above an Israeli soldier's head and the pit gets ice. Like, we know that's a victory. We know it's a victory when prisoners break out. We know it's a victory when all of these things happen. But a lot of people don't necessarily know that. And it's not their fault they don't know that. It's our fault.
We will free Mumia because it is our job to destroy imperialism, destroy the United States, and destroy capitalism and the system of extraction that it relies on to perpetuate itself. And we will do it by organizing in a manner that actively undermines and destabilizes the legitimacy and the power of the state and the power and legitimacy of capitalism.
And this war on ICE is undermining the legitimacy of the United States. That last speaker is Students for Justice in Palestine from Temple University in Philadelphia, my university. So this poison, this cancer is metastasized. It's everywhere. And now Qatar, our good friends Qatar. I despise Qatar. I don't care who likes Qatar. I despise Qatar. They are now bringing this poison into our elementary schools, our middle schools, and our high schools through these rotten, good-for-nothing Marxist teachers' unions. That's exactly what's taking place right now in your community. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
There's still accident activity on 270 northbound in the local lanes between Shaker Road and 370. Still blocking the left lane and traffic is slow from 28. And on the main lane, southbound before 28, a disabled vehicle just cleared from the roadway. You will still find accident activity in Greenbelt on Kenilworth Avenue, southbound at Greenbelt Road, and in the district in Northwest on Macomb Street at Wisconsin Avenue. And on Wisconsin Avenue northbound at Cedar Lane, still the water main break to watch out for. Follow authority direction there, and traffic is very slow from Old Georgetown Road and icy conditions reported in the general area. Now for GarageBreakAir.com, the WMAL Stormwater Center forecast.
Tonight, a chance of a spotty snow shower early, then skies clear, temperatures in the single digits. Tomorrow, sunny with highs in the 20s, wind chills below zero.
This Valentine's Day, why not give yourself the gift of a meaningful connection? It's Chris Plant here to let you know about It's Just Lunch. Their matchmakers make dating simple and stress-free. They'll set you up on fun, low-pressure dates that fit into your busy schedule so you can focus on meeting someone special. Don't leave your love life to chance. Let It's Just Lunch help you make Valentine's Day one to remember. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustllunchdc.com.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store, and the start of the new year brings promise and possibilities. Yet too often, this enthusiasm is met with pain in our feet, knees, and back. Does that sound like you? Then it's time to check out the Good Feet Store. Head over to goodfeet.com to schedule your appointment today.
If you're frustrated the weight loss hasn't been sustainable, you're not alone. Many people are now turning to weight loss injections. What often gets overlooked are the risks, side effects, and long-term trade-offs. These medications may suppress your appetite, but they don't repair your metabolism. And in many cases, weight returns once treatment ends. At DMV Weight Loss, we take a different approach, helping people with our metabolic reset through a guided program you can do virtually from anywhere. And the best part is, you can lose up to a pound per day. It starts with a free discovery call, just a conversation to understand what's holding your body back and see if it's the right fit. Call now or go online to dmvweightloss.com to book your free discovery call. That's dmvweightloss.com.
Hi, this is Kyle. This weight loss program has really been good to me. I've had problems with weight my whole life and finally found a program that works. I've lost almost 100 pounds.
The team at DMV Weight Loss has successfully helped thousands of people lose up to 1 pound per day. You can start the program from anywhere you live. Schedule your free discovery call today, 571-532-5700 or dmvweightloss.com. That's dmvweightloss.com. Results may vary.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. New this hour, DC Water says a bypass system created to divert sewage from a broken sewer line from flowing into the Potomac is working. DC Water says there's still some wastewater escaping into the Potomac, but it's a far cry from the millions of gallons that poured out since a massive section of pipe collapsed along the Clara Barton Parkway last week. There were more than 10 hours today when no sewage escaped as the bypass system continues to successfully divert wastewater back into the sewer line downstream of the collapse. Still, they say it will take time to fully drain the creek bed and stop the flow completely. Crews are now excavating to get to the collapsed pipe to assess the damage and lay the groundwork to repair it. Meanwhile, crews continue the painstaking work of getting what's been called snowcrete, or sleet on top of snow, off the DMV's roadways. DC Mayor Muriel Bowser says all major roadways in the district are now passable.
That means likely there's been a plow, could have been a couple of plows, could have plowed in your car.
DDOT Director Sharon Kirschbaum says tonight they'll start hauling away snow piled in the curb cuts along
Connecticut Avenue, Wisconsin Avenue, 16th and Georgia Avenue.
She says even when the streets are cleared, pedestrians are struggling to navigate sidewalks. And she says they started clearing freeways, bridges, and ramps on Tuesday, and that will continue for the next few days. Meanwhile, Metro will run normal service tomorrow for the first time since the storm. How'd you like to lose both your heat and hot water in the middle of weather like this?
Call it a hard life lesson for the University of Maryland. The College Park campus suffered a significant steam outage that left many buildings with little or no heat and no hot water for showers or food preparation. The outage started at around 7 this morning, and it was not restored until shortly before noon. Even then, it took another couple of hours to fully heat indoor spaces and to get hot water out of the tap. The outage left dining halls without much food to serve, and students and staff were told to stay inside if they could so they would not lose what warmth they had. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Brendan Banfield took the stand at his own defense at the double murder trial of his wife and another man today, describing his relationship with au pair Juliana Margulies.
Really, this was just an affair.
Brendan Banfield telling the court
That I have had affairs previously and that there's nothing that changes in mine and Christine's relationship.
insisting his murdered wife Christine also had affairs, earlier describing the relationship between his wife and daughter Valerie.
It was tragic, their separation.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
A former Fairfax County police officer who shot and killed a robbery suspect outside of Tyson's Corner in 2023 has been pardoned by now former Governor Glenn Youngkin. He signed the paperwork pardoning Wesley Shiflett 2 days before he left office. The former sergeant had chased the suspect, Timothy Johnson, who was not armed, out of the mall and shot him in a wooded area after Johnson allegedly stole sunglasses. Youngkin had previously given clemency to Shiflett, erasing a 3-year sentence, but he said he decided on a full pardon, clearing the conviction after learning an independent body concluded it was objectively reasonable for Shiflett to have considered himself in danger. Traffic and weather next.
If you're a first responder, police, firefighter, nurse, medic, or military, current or retired, this message is for you. You show up when others are overwhelmed, running toward danger, carrying the weight. And when the shift ends, the pressure doesn't always stop. That's why Done with Debt has a debt relief solution designed specifically for you. The Thanks for Your Service Debt Reduction Plan. Done with Debt uses battle-tested strategies to negotiate debt relief. That's why this exclusive plan is reserved for first responders and those who serve.
Oh, I have company, so I'm going to have to go.
Understand sacrifice and stress. Their skilled negotiators stand between you and your creditors.
I'll be back
to resolve
when they
your
leave
debt efficiently and permanently without bankruptcy or loans. It starts with a free no-pressure consultation. And as our way of saying thanks, when you choose Done with Debt, you'll receive a $50 GovX
I have
gift
company,
card.
so
Visit
I got to shut down.
donewithdebt.com and ask about the Thanks for Your Service
They don't
debt
want.
reduction plan.
They don't want to be
That's
here when I'm live.
donewithdebt.com.
They don't want me live when
Michelle
they're here.
Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
I'll be
Watch out
back.
for accident and activity on the outer loop at Landover Road, blocking the right lane.
Keep
and
trying,
acceleration
Rusty.
lane, and
But
that
I'll
is
be
causing a
back.
brief delay. And also, there was an accident now in Southwest on Shepherd Parkway at Laboratory Road.